I'm Mike Hardigan. Thanks for joining me. In this series for keyboard players working on developing a musical career, we're talking about playing chord changes in the various styles of music and sounding appropriate and authentic. This week, our focus is on contemporary folk and folk pop. So far throughout this series, we've spent a lot of time discussing notes to add to our chord voicings to color the sound and make it more interesting. For folk music, we're doing almost the opposite. One of the hallmarks of today's folk is the simplicity and purity of the chords. To determine if you're in a folk situation, look for a stripped-down band. Oftentimes there's no drummer, and the band keeps time by stomping their feet. Bonus points if the lead singer strums a guitar and plays quarter notes on a bass drum with his right foot. Also listen for unusual vowel pronunciation.
Hold me, I long for your touch.
If you find yourself in a folk situation, you're probably better off altogether without this keyboard. If you can, get your hands on one of these, or at least one of these. If you are going to play piano, there are two basic paths you could go down. Option 1 is to go for the purest root position chords. Pick a good rhythm and stick to it. Option 2 is to construct an ostinato melody that will sort of work over all the chords and play that. 2s, 1s, 5s, and 7s tend to work well for this. Maybe do one of those techniques during verses and the other during choruses. Although it's theoretically simple, it can be a lot of fun to play. If you have any thoughts on how keyboards can fit into folk music, leave me a comment. And if you're here for the first time, I'd encourage you to subscribe and follow along with the keyboard videos I have coming out every Tuesday. I believe a good career playing keyboards is within reach for anyone willing to put in the work to get proficient, and that's why I'm sharing what I know in these videos. Thanks for watching.